Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to share with you 7 important things that you need to do before starting a print-on-demand store. If you miss these things, it can cost you time, money, and you can even potentially lose your store. I'm also going to be covering some of the most frequently asked questions that I get about print-on-demand. These are all things that are usually skipped over or not talked about. So be sure to stick around until the very end so you don't miss anything important and very crucial to your print-on-demand business. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the 7 important things that you need to do before starting your business. Number 1, yes, you do need a credit card to get started because you will need to link that card inside of Printify so that when you receive an order on Etsy, you're going to receive the retail value from the customer, and it's going to take some time for Etsy to deposit that into your bank account. So Printify is going to charge you the wholesale price for the item that they are shipping to the customer for you. And then as you receive the pay from Etsy, then you go ahead and pay down the balance on that credit card. And I personally love using cashback credit cards because every transaction that you make on Printify is going to add to the money that you're getting back every single month from your credit card company. So that is like an additional side income. And number 2, you're going to need to make sure that any designs that you go to load into your store are not copyright or trademarked. So the question is, how do you know if something is actually copyright? And that is basically if someone puts a design up on Etsy in their store that they have made, it is automatically copyright. You cannot go and literally just copy it to a T. However, you can use it as inspiration and change it around a bit, right? Change the font, change some elements of the design, and make it uniquely yours, and then it is copyright to you. Now, the one exception to this is if you have a license to a design, say on Creative Fabrica, you get the license from the membership there, then that is okay, and that is obviously not copyright because you have the license. Now, when it comes to trademarks, people can actually go and register, say, a saying as a trademark that cannot be used. So you want to make sure every single time you put a design in your store, you take the time to do this step, and that is to go to trademarkia.com and type in the phrase that you want to use on your print-on-demand item. And if it says registered for the current dates and it says that it is registered for whatever item that you're looking to put it on, t-shirts, mugs, clothing, then you cannot use that. However, let's say that it is registered for hats or some other type of item that is not a t-shirt, then yes, you can use that. Now, make sure that you check these because I've even made this mistake before, and I know lots and lots of other print-on-demand sellers make this mistake because sometimes when you are listing something, you just don't even think and you assume that it's not trademarked. However, it is, and then you're gonna have to go through your store and remove all of those trademarked items, and that is a pain in the butt, and you're going to constantly be starting over. So just take the time every time you go to list and check those trademarks. And number 3, you want to invest in quality mock-ups. Photos of models that are wearing the t-shirts in lifestyle shots. So you can use, yes, some flat lace, some on models. However, you don't just want only photos of a model, say, against a white wall. And by taking the time to invest in good mock-ups, this is going to be probably one of the best investments that you can make for an apparel store so that your customers can visualize what the t-shirt will look like in real life or the mug in a person's hand. And this will absolutely increase your conversions. Now, Printify did recently make some changes to their mock-ups, and they are including more lifestyle type of mock-ups, which you can use. However, I would recommend, in addition to that, getting some that are truly on trend. As you look at the other bestsellers right now on Etsy, what style of mockups are they using, and take note of that when you go to purchase yours. And number 4, understanding when and how to repurpose your designs. So in the beginning, when you're first starting out, I always recommend to stick to one template, right? If you're doing t-shirts, stick to one template of t-shirt, and that's going to help you to get in the flow and very easily continue listing and listing and listing day in and day out without having to say, what are the dimensions for a t-shirt? What are the dimensions for a sweatshirt? Which mug should I do, right? Start with the t-shirts, and then as you start getting winning designs, you can expand from there and put those winners on sweatshirts, on mugs. Almost anything that you do on a t-shirt can also work on a sweatshirt, a mug, and a tote bag. But always, always, always keep it simple in the beginning, but understand over time that you should also be investing in those lifestyle mock-ups for the additional items that you are selling in your store. So yes, there are going to be some costs involved for building this business, but it is going to be so worth it, and these are going to be assets for your business that you can use for a very, very long time to come. And number 5, understand that urgency in sales is essential. I see a lot of new stores getting started and they're not running sales, and that is preventing them from getting a running start in their business. So I run sales almost every single day in my Etsy store, and I go in and I turn those on for 15 to 20% off. And what that does is it actually puts a countdown timer on every single one of your listings, and it's letting your customers know that this good price, this sale is ending soon. And so this is going to encourage your customers to take action faster rather than adding it to their cart and thinking about it. They're going to check out now. So this does take commitment because you have to log into your store every single day and reset this. However, I encourage you to do this right from the start and add it into your schedule. And number 6, this is a big one, and a lot of new stores, they get started with print on demand. They're making designs and they think that their designs are amazing and they're super pumped and ready to get sales, and then no one is buying. And that is because their designs probably aren't as good as they think that they are. So I would recommend to ask some friends around you or some family members that are willing to be honest and give you the truth, and ask for their feedback. Let them know, to their eye, how does this look? Does it look good? Would they buy it? Do they know someone that would buy it? Because sometimes we're too nice to ourselves and we think what we're doing is amazing. However, to someone else's eye, it might look off a little bit. So that can help you keep things in perspective and let you know if there are some things that you need to tweak in order to get your customers to want to take action and purchase from your store. And number 7, this is another big one. I have a lot of coaching students that will go in and they will try and add every single color that a print provider has, and sometimes they aren't even able to add that many colors in, but they want to. Now, you should not be doing this. The maximum amount of colors that I would recommend in a listing is about 6, and you can even narrow that down to 3, and there are some stores that even do just 1. I personally have some listings with just 1 color because that is all the design looks good on, is that 1 color. If you're giving the customer too much choice, what's going to happen is they're going to sit there looking at all of these color options, and then they're going to be like, geez, I don't even know which one I should pick. I'm stumped now. And then they're just going to go away and think about it and not buy. So yes, less choice is better when it comes to colors. And just so you know, black shirts are some of the best sellers, and you'll see me wearing black in a lot of videos because it's one of my favorite color shirts as well. But of course, there are also always trending colors for seasons and things like that, so you can keep that in mind as well when you're making your listings. So I hope you learned a lot from today's video and you have some great takeaways. Let me know down below what was your favorite, and if there's something that you're going to go correct on your store, or if you're just getting started and this was super helpful for your future direction, let me know as well. Don't forget to check out all of the resources linked down below in the description to help you with your print-on-demand business. You can get set up with Printify 100% free in order to start having your items printed and shipped to your customer without you having to fulfill anything. And I also have a 7-day free Etsy bootcamp where you can go through 1 day at a time over the next 7 days and learn how to get started with your very own print-on-demand business. I also have a full Etsy playlist dedicated to print on demand, so make sure you click that, and I will see you in the next video.